What's happening? What's happening? It's your boy Six in the building, you understand me? Yeah, man. What's happening, man? Y'all tighten in, tighten up, tune in, you understand me? Yeah, man. We just cooling, man. We just cooling, man. Antics in the blue room, you understand me? But you got your boy Six today, you understand me? We ride solo dolo, you understand me? We just politicking and checking out what's going on in the world, you understand me? You know, we call this your barrel of information, you feel me? We just try to keep everybody locked and loaded, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, just trying to keep everybody locked and loaded. Your boy Six in the building, you know what I mean? Yeah, man. Y'all tighten up, man. Tune in, holla at your homie, man. We just outside for a minute. We just outside for a minute, man. Just cooling, man. You know, for y'all that done started your week back like me, you understand me? You know, today Tuesday. What time we rocking with? 7:45, you understand me? We are in the blue room, you understand me? Meditating, getting ready for tomorrow, you understand me? Hump day, you understand me? You know. But today Tuesday and we just like I said, we trying to get through, man. You understand me? Just like everybody else. You understand me? We ain't making no noise. We just trying to get through there. You understand me? Take me through there. We trying to get down through there. You understand me? Yeah. Man, listen, man. You know, uh, I just was sitting at the crib today, chilling, minding my own business. You understand me? And I see, cause we gonna talk about it today. We gonna talk about it today. I see. Excuse me. Ooh, get it out of there. Get it out of there. Get it out of there. Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about it today. Okay, this what I see today. So I'm like I say, minding my own business, chilling at the crib. And we're gonna talk a little sports right now, y'all. I'm talk a little sports right now. How many of y'all really locked in with what's going on with Shadil Sanders over there in Cleveland? You know what I mean? Now, I be politicking with some of my partners and we be talking about this, you know what I mean? But, I'm gonna tell you what I done picked up. As of today, Cleveland Browns just traded Joe Flacco for another quarterback that come out of Cincinnati. That got an 0-3 start and got drafted a little earlier than Shadur and that boy Gabriel. You know what I mean? Now, you know, they say Shadur, arrogance as far as not wanting to play backup in Philly or Baltimore could be these reasons that the NFL doing what they doing, to showing, you ain't your daddy. You know what I mean? Uh, I don't know, homie. You know what I mean? I know I done watched the young man play football on TV, and he tough. You know what I mean? That's just in my eyes. Is the eyes of the beholder. He tough to me, and every stage they done put him on, he done showed out. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I hate the way the young man get handled over there. You know what I mean? I hope that it tighten up for him and he can show the folks what it is or what it ain't. You understand me? On this level, but so far, the young man done put belt the ass every time they ask him what's happening. You know what I mean? I'm talking about from Lil League to she got them college. You know what I mean? I'm talking about HBCU, then transferring over to the big boys. You know what I mean? And the one game that you did show out, you know what I mean, or when it looked like you had a little help in the NFL on your preseason, we know that don't really count. That's why everybody want to see what he gonna do. Cleveland, man, y'all gonna let that man get out there on that field, man. Y'all ain't got shit to lose. I'm talking about with what y'all got going on out there right now. Y'all ain't got shit to lose. Y'all not expected to do nothing this year. Let that man play ball, man. Y'all done draft him. Y'all done. Matter of fact, I feel like you owe it to him, bid you to made some money off the jersey. Yeah, I'm gonna say it. You made some money off the goddamn jersey. Let that man play football. Let him play football, John. You know, hey man, stop playing like that. You know, I want to see, a lot of these young players cut up, you know what I mean, and do great, you know what I mean, because everybody at the end of the day just trying to feed their family, you know what I mean, just trying to leave a legacy, you understand me? That's the big move right there. That's the program, you know what I mean, leaving legacies, motion, you know what I mean, legacies to the motion, you know what I mean, man, come on, man, trying to get down through there, yeah, it's your boy Six in the building, man, you know what I mean, what's happening, what's happening? Yeah, man, yeah, it's your boy Six, man. We just cool and we ain't making no noise, you know what I mean? Look, check this out. So we got the book that your boy done wrote, you know what I mean? You can go check me out on my website, you understand me? Antics with Six, you understand me? And check out the movement, man. We got ebooks, you understand me? If you cool with downloading and checking the books out on your phone, you understand me? You can download them to your phone. Now check the move though, for all y'all that don't know. Now, the PTSD. Man, listen, homie. This part one. Part one and part two, boy, I got a retarded audio version for you, boy. You got to go check it out. You understand me? And your partner is the narrator. You understand me? Yeah, man, Yeah, check your partner out. Anticswith6.com. You understand me? Anticswith6.com. Holla at your partner. But back to what we're talking about. You know what I mean? I'm talking about just cool life, man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, listen, man. I talked to my cousin today. Birthday was the other day. Turned half a dollar. Turned half a dollar. You know what I mean? I'm talking about I couldn't do nothing but tell him happy cake day, and at the end of the day, half a dollar. That's a long time. You know what I mean? That means 9 times out of 10 that we got more days behind us than we do in front. You understand me? So at this point in our life, you understand me? I'm talking about you got to be planning for the next couple of years because we getting up through there. You know what I mean? In the age bracket, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna be able to do daily, activities like working like hell, going out here shooting ball and all the sort of extra shit, you know what I mean? I'm talking about, we getting older, you know what I mean? You damn sure ain't gonna wanna go punch no clock every day. And that's solid. You're not gonna want to do that. You know what I mean? We getting older. You know what I mean? Now some of us, shit, that's where the cars may fall. That's where they fall. You know what I understand me? But I tell you every day, get up and run, man. You know what I mean? Get up and run. Get up and do something. Get up and do something that you didn't do yesterday. You know what I mean? Get up and do something you didn't do yesterday. You understand me? Get out there and learn something you didn't know yesterday. You feel me? I'm talking about take some realistic opportunities to get out there and try to make yourself great, man. You know what I mean? Now, I ain't knocking nobody who want to go for the moon. I just say always have a backup plan when you're going for the moon. You understand me? Just in case, goddamn, there's too many people up there. And you want to cop to another planet. You know what I mean? So, yeah, because like I tell people all the time, man, any road to success is usually kind of long. And there ain't a whole lot of folks on that road with you. So we just out here moving and grooving, you feel me? That's it. Locked and loaded, man. Six in the building, you know what I mean? And we trying to go there, you know what I mean? I'm talking about, man, I have this special type of job. I got this special skill, you understand me? Well, I go in wealthy houses all day. Man, listen, man. I'm on it. You understand me? I'm on it. I'm on it, man. You know what I mean? I'm on it, man. You understand me? I'm chasing. You understand me? I've been chasing for a few years now. You understand me? This stuff ain't overnight. You know what I mean? So when y'all see Six, when this your first time seeing me, just know we've been working. You understand me? If you ain't tuned in and hit the like and subscribe button yet, just know we've been working. You understand me? This is not yesterday's. You understand me? We are grinding. You understand me? I'm talking about grinding. If you can't say that you got you something that you believe in, something that you putting that hard iron to, you understand me? Man, I suggest you go find it. You know what I mean? I'm talking about real talk. Go find it. Because you got to have it to get down through there. You understand me? I'm talking about for real. And the younger you are, the better chance you got at getting it. The younger you are, man, the better chance you got at getting it. You understand me? I'm talking about Take it from an old head like myself. You know what I mean? I'm talking about invest. You know what I mean? You hear invest all the time. But I tell you, young cats, invest. You getting this from an older, you understand me, retired street nigga. Invest. You know what I mean? Uh Go get you some of these coins. You understand me? I'm talking about go and invest, man. Go put your money somewhere. You know what I mean? I'm talking about go check out these different accounts. You know what I mean? That you can tap into that pay you for stashing your paper. You know what I mean? Uh, Banks faded out. You know what I mean? I'm talking about everybody already done caught on to the hustle that the banks got. You know what I mean? So if you know what the hustle is, every dollar count. You know what I mean? Every dollar count. So make your dollar work for you. You know what I mean? Don't let somebody else make your dollar work for them and not give you nothing for it. You feel me? Yeah. We just out here grinding, man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, but yeah, every day I'm inspired. You gotta find some inspiration, man. Got to find some inspiration. Every day I'm inspired. I go to work and I see something I didn't see yesterday. I see something I didn't see yesterday. I meet some cool people. You know what I mean? I'm talking about meet some people that ain't cool. But one thing they all have in common, they got that bag. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, and I done seen how to keep it. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the legit way. You know what I mean? And I love it. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, and we've been practicing for a minute. We've been practicing for a minute. You know what I mean? So now we out here on the field. You know what I mean? We on the field. You understand me? For all of y'all that tapped in, hit the like and subscribe button, holler at your partner. You understand me? Barrel of information. Six in the building. You understand me? Just old southern guy trying to pass out some game. You know what I mean? Okay, now I'm gonna talk to my youngest. I'm gonna talk to my youngest. Hey, listen, man. I know y'all here put the guns down. I know y'all here. You know what I mean? Y'all don't want to go down that road and all that good shit though. And what I done come to learn is a lot of y'all don't ain't scared of going down the road. A lot of your friends down there. You know what I mean? You feel like you're gonna be alright when you get down the road. You know what I mean? So going down the road don't scare you. What I will tell you is being down that road and not coming home should scare you. You know what I mean? I'm talking about going to Shanghai in your 20s and 30s or teens and ain't never coming home, that should scare you. You feel me? I'm talking about 100. That should scare you. You know, and if you growed up in a fucked up environment, I feel you 100. I feel you 100 now. Listen what I'm telling you. Don't nobody else give a fuck though. I feel you. Don't nobody else give a fuck. Your environment was fucked up when you was young. Don't nobody give a shit. I'm telling you that now. You know what I mean? So stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop being pissed off at your mom and your daddy because y'all ain't got shit. You know what I mean? Be the first one in the family to go get some. That's my advice to anybody that's fucked up. Now, listen to what I'm telling you. Greatness ain't easy. So that's why the road ain't a road that a lot of people take. You understand me? That come from where we come from. Because the road to get there hard as hell. Listen, homie. Everybody ain't got cars to get where they need to go to. You understand me? So the excuse would be I ain't got no car, so I can't go get this trade. I can't get to work, can't do this, and can't do that. They got Uber, they got bikes, they got buses. Listen, homie, I promise you, it's some rich ass people that I done met. I done heard some stories, man. I done heard some stories. I done stories of people who just got rich, probably in the last 10 years. You know what I mean? And today they worth 5, 10, 20 million. You know what I mean? I know people that have heard stories where they literally caught 2, 3 buses to wherever they was trying to get to, whether it was school and work or and back home or whatever the case is. But today when I see them, I see the process after the fact. You know what I mean? I see all the gems and jewels that they done achieved after the fact. I wasn't there to witness them going through what they was going through. You understand me? But I say that by a lot of people like myself when tell your story. You know, I changed my life around maybe '07. I started going to Columbus Tech. Took me 2.5 years, man, of going to work, going to school. I wasn't hustling or nothing like that there, but I was still hanging around people, places, and things that could get me in trouble. You understand me? I made it through. I graduated, got a trade, and the school, my instructor, Mr. Lippum, that my dog still today. What's going on, Mr. Lippum? You my guy. Mr. Lippum got me up here to the city and doing the job I'm doing right now today. So I'm like, hey, listen, bro, let me tell you something real. I told Mr. Lippum, hey, listen, Mr. Lippum, you sending me up here to the city under your name, and I don't know how extensive these folks gonna do a background check, and I just want you to know, listen, man, I don't want to mess your name up. The guy you see today ain't the guy, you know, years ago. You know what I mean? Whatever the case is. He said, man, let me tell you something. He said, I know the guy that I done known for the last 2.5 years that came up here to Columbus Tech, that ain't missed now semester, that had a 4.0 while taking these classes. You understand me? I got the certificates upstairs to prove that now. You handled business the entire 2.5 years I done knowed you. You ain't gave me no excuses. You gave me hard work. I don't care nothing about who you used to be and the people I'm sending you to because of who you're coming through. They don't care about your background either. So don't you tell nobody else what you just told me. I said say less. That was in '09. That was in '09. I've been up here since. You understand me? Young folks, I preach all the time. Relationships, relationships, relationships. You got to have good relationships out here in this world, man. You understand me? You got to. Because if your name and your productivity and your mannerisms is shit, and that's how people look at you, how can you expect somebody to speak up for you when you need them to? You know what I mean? Or when you want them to. You know what I mean? Or just when they want to. You know what I mean? Because, they say the most despicable and the most honorable things are said behind your back. You understand me? So, break that down for you. People talk behind your back that won't say it to your face. We all know that part. But you sometimes don't know about the people that speak highly in favor of your name behind your back. But if your face card is fucked up, then what do you give a person to speak on your name? You know what I mean? Now, that can backfire all kind of ways if you dibbling and dabbling in the street. You know what I mean? It can work for you all kind of ways, man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about if you're trying to get out the streets, it can keep you in there. If you're trying to get out the streets, it can take you out of there. You know what I mean? You ain't gotta do nothing but show somebody a different work ethic, a different you. Show them a different you. Because a lot of folks think they know me, and then a lot of folks think they know me. You feel me? You know what I mean? But throughout this life, one thing I done learned is it's a lot of people that know a lot of different versions of me. You feel me? The people that know me when I was a teenager, I'm not the same dude I was as a teenager. Folks know me in my 20s and 30s. I'm not the same guy. You know what I mean? So yeah, you get versions of a, and hey, keep that fake card solid. You know what I mean? I done been blessed. You know what I mean? I done been blessed where I'm from to make it a warm met. You understand me? And fake card. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. What we at, man? What we at? Yeah, man. What we're saying is, like, real talk. Fake card gotta stay 100, y'all. You know what I mean? I'm talking about that's the only way to kick it later on. You understand me? I'm talking about because, hey, man, I use that fake card, every now and again. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, and it's solid. Sometimes that fake card close doors in my face too, man. Understand that, man. You know, everybody don't forgive who you become from who you used to be. You understand me? You gotta know that. You know what I mean? So tread lightly while y'all here. Like I say, keep your face card solid. Keep your name solid. You know what I mean? That way you don't have to deal with that type of shit. You know what I mean? Because that shit, I promise you, don't nobody like dealing with that shit. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, especially when you've been changed for so long, but it is what it is, though. You know what I mean? I'm talking about everybody ain't gonna love you, partner. Everybody ain't gonna fuck with you, partner. You know what I mean? To my real talk. What's happening? What's happening? Hey man, we just locked and loaded, man. You know what I mean? We just talking about little life. You know what I mean? We talk to our youngsters, you know what I mean? We tell them to go get them some. We tell them, especially if you down there in Columbus, Georgia, you understand me? Columbus Tech, you understand me? Let me do that. There we go. That these folk tripping. Yeah, man. I'm talking about for real. You know what I mean? Got to stay locked and loaded. Got to. That's it, John. You know what I mean? I'm talking about. But like I was saying, before my phone started ringing. To my youngsters, if you down there in Columbus, Georgia, Columbus Tech is wide open, man. You don't need nothing but a GED. You understand me? A lot of y'all, you know what I mean? And this no disrespect, but a lot of y'all, as far as on paper, you don't make the kind of money that Georgia will make you pay for school. You feel me? A lot of y'all can go to school for free. A lot of y'all, Georgia pay y'all to go to school. You feel me? I'm talking about a lot of y'all just don't want to invest the time in yourself. Now, check the move. Did what I tell my partners. If you didn't graduate high school, if you graduate high school and you're in your 20s and you know you ain't did shit yet, you know what I mean? I'm talking about you work mediocre jobs, meaning jobs that you got to work two jobs and probably do some silly shit because it ain't enough to take care of your way of living. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, hey, listen, check the move. If you invest 2 to 3 years into yourself to be great, why wouldn't you do that if you done invested 5, 10, 15, 20 years into whatever you into that you ain't got credit cards in your name, that you can't have a crib in your name, that you run around when it's time to shake some and you may have the cash, but your name on paper ain't working there. You understand me? That's a big difference. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, listen, man, I done been on the side of the table where you got the money, but your name ain't working there. You know what I mean? This is what I'm telling you. Now that I know what I know, a lot of people that call themselves my partners and everything done got over 'em because I had to use them to get something I wanted. You know what I mean? Because the cash wasn't the problem. You know what I mean? For those that know, understand what I'm saying. So you have to stay locked in, man. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, listen, homie, if you invest years in bullshit, I'm talking about real talk, man. You know what I mean? Living by the street code. You can invest a year and a half, 2 years in to get yourself great. You know what I mean? Will it be some hard ass times while trying to do it? Goddamn right it will. Will it be some days you want to quit? You goddamn right. But like I told my barber and wrote on his wall, quitting and shit like that ain't even an option. You understand me? You got to have that mentality. It is not an option. I ain't make honor roll or no 4.0s and no principal list or none of that shit till I went to college. Till I went to Columbus Tech. You understand me? I'm talking about, and we carried a 4.0. You understand me? I'm talking about, hey man, that shit took staying up 12, 1 o'clock sometimes doing homework. You understand me? Cause I been at work all day. I got kids and an old lady at home. You understand me? Take care of everybody. Start doing your homework. Oh, and school was from 5 in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night for 2.5 years. Talk about it. You talking about dedication? Man, come on here, man. Come on, man. So I ain't telling you nothing I don't know. You understand me? I ain't telling you nothing I ain't done. You understand me? Hey, man, listen. Get you some education so you can get you some money, so you can get out the neighborhood, so you can learn to do something. If you don't know how to do something, now, I'm telling you, Columbus Tech, if you don't know how to do something, if you know how to do something, then go and take that, and I hope it can be an entrepreneur situation for you, and you're making paper and you're doing it on your own terms. You understand me? But you got to know how to do something. See, I went to Columbia Tech because I didn't know how to do nothing. I'm going to keep it 100. I knew how to count money and do other things that wasn't, you know what I mean, the one beneficial to my way of living today. You understand me? So, hey, we had to figure something else out. You know what I mean? So that's what we did. And it worked out pretty good. But now we're on to a new phase. You understand me? New phase. We're rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? We're rocking and rolling. You know what I mean? We're on a new phase. We're trying to get there. What happening? What's happening? Yeah, man, it's your boy Six, man. You know what I mean? We in the building. You understand me? Blue room. We in the blue room just kicking it. You know what I mean? Hit that like and subscribe button. You know what I mean? Before you get out of here. We just tapped in, man. We just talking randomly, you know what I mean? Talking to the youngsters, you know what I mean? Letting the world, introduce the world to Six, you know what I mean? Oh, good Georgia boy. You understand me? Yeah, man. You understand me? Stay locked and loaded, you know what I mean? That's all we doing. Rocking and rolling with a good Georgia boy. You understand me? Yeah, we just kicking it, man, but at the end of the day, what we talking about is motion to get where you trying to get to. You know what I mean? I'm talking about real talk. You know what I mean? I'm talking about, I ain't telling you nothing that I ain't did. But at the same time, anything that you're trying to do, like I say, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be nights you're gonna be tired. It's gonna be nights you wanna give up. You're gonna tell the world, fuck it, I'm still here. And you're gonna stay 10 toes down. You understand me? That's the only method. That's the only way to get where you're trying to get to. I see people every day that done got there. Go on and get there. You understand me? Get you some money and get there. You know what I mean? Because $50 right around the corner, y'all. You know what I mean? You gotta get there. You know what I mean? Into my real talk. Yeah, real talk. You want to be able to retire. That's the goal. You want to retire. You know what I mean? You want to stay locked and loaded and retire. So, I touch back on the topics tonight. You know what I mean? We talked about that boy Shador. You know what I mean? We talked about it. Cleveland gonna put him on the field. You know what I mean? We talked about the fact that they done Cleveland as of today just got rid of Joe Flacco and brought in another young quarterback. It's three of them over there now. You have zero experienced quarterback now on your bench or on the field. You understand me? Everybody young. What y'all think about that? You understand me? Hit me back and let me know. You understand me? We talked about the young folks. You understand me? Listen, man, motivation, rule the nation, homie. You understand me? If they told you conversation, that's a lie. You know what I mean? I'm talking about that's just something that rhyme. You understand me? And we ain't into kicking shit just because it rhyme. We talking real facts. You know what I mean? Motivation. You know what I mean? Get you some if you ain't got it. Get you some if you don't have it. You got to get it because you got to have it to get to where you're going. There's going to be days that you got to depend on it because you ain't going to be able to depend on somebody and nobody else. You understand me? Just you. You know what I mean? You in this world to be great. You is not in this world to be mediocre, homie. You understand me? You gotta wake up every day and look in the mirror and say that shit to yourself. Females the same. You understand me? Wake up, look at yourself and call yourself a queen. You understand me? Don't let these niggas and these goddamn white folks and these other motherfuckers trick you into thinking anything less. Ain't nobody judged by none of the shit they did in the past unless you're still doing the shit. You understand me? And if you great and you better, who gives a shit about motherfuckers talking about it? You understand me? Because you're in a better situation today. I tell you to keep your motivation going because that motivation gonna put you in places that you never thought you'd be in. Put you in rooms you never thought you'd be in. Put you around people you never thought you'd be in. This your boy Six. We tapped in. You understand me? Hey, look, again, Antics with Six. Holla at your boy. Go get you some of these ebooks. Go get you some of these audiobooks on the website. You understand me? They ain't gonna cost you a whole lot. You understand me? Support the campaign. You know what I mean? This your boy Six again. You tapped in, hit that like and subscribe button. Man, I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna fuck with y'all later on. Y'all stay solid. Hump day tomorrow. Y'all stay solid and keep it going, man, all the time.